as a producer, you've got to be prepared to push your music yourself and not rely on the label. We've had artists that haven't even done a post about their release, and you think, what, you've put all that effort into putting a track together, get it signed, and then you don't even shout about it, and you think, well, what's the point in that?
On my YouTube channel, we have a series called 5 Things Producers Need to Know. I thought I'd get you to be part of this series. Obviously, from this is kind of like 5 things you might tell your younger self, or your and obviously producer is quite a wide term. It could be production, it could be DJing, it could be like some people have gone super producery and gone into the kind of production level, and some people have gone live skills, some people have gone just business knowledge. So, what are your 5 things producers need to know? Number 1.
I think I made a list, and I think it's more sort of label producer based type answers really for this. So the first one I had on my list was really aiming for a label that you absolutely love and love the music they release already, because stuff that you're playing basically, and get to know the label manager or the A&R guy before you even send a demo. That goes a long way just to introduce yourself, even if it's at one of the conferences or just online, send them a few emails to introduce yourself and get to know them a bit, and just ask them what they're looking for. Get a bit of a feel for exactly what they want before you go sending something in blind.
Do you feel that's kind of, because everyone's in a rush, everyone's always in a rush to do everything, and I feel that you're right, people skip that step and then they wonder why they're not getting signed because they're too in a rush to do it.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is, you make a track and you're excited because you think it's the best thing you've made, and you want to say the biggest labels there are out there, and it just doesn't really work unless you're a really well-established name and they really want you on the label. There's more to it than that. Obviously the A&R guys got their own preference and their taste and know exactly what they're looking for. I mean, we do it ourselves, labels. And a lot of what we release is, especially for me with Crafted Underground, it was stuff that I wanted to play myself. I don't have to go out there and find music. I'll just play stuff off the label.
That's handy.
Yeah. So,
handy.
And you'll find a lot of these labels are like that. I mean, all the big labels have got a big DJ behind it, haven't they, mainly? And they've all done it for the same reason, really, pretty much.
Exactly. Number 2.
I would recommend sticking to a small number of labels that you release on, and build up a good relationship with those labels and continue to release with them rather than spreading releases across lots and lots of labels. Been sort of guilty of doing that in the past, and it's almost a little bit of a waste of time because you haven't really built that relationship and getting the best out of it. And the label's not going to give you the best. They want to support that release, but they want to make sure that you're supporting them and getting all your friends buying your music, because that's what it boils down to. They're releasing it to make some money if they can. So yeah, I think really think about the labels that you want to release on, and stick with those for a while. And that might evolve. You know what I mean? You could move on to some other labels and leave those behind, but try and concentrate on just those few.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Like we're signing tracks at the moment. I want to sign 2 or 3 tracks of an artist, and like you say, build them over a year and spend that more, because you are spending from a label's end, you end up spending money on it, and you want to know that you're investing that money in growing someone that wants to grow with you. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, because you put a lot of effort into somebody's release, and then they go off and have a release somewhere else, and you think, well, that was a lot of effort for not much return. So,
Number 3.
Number 3, I would say sticking to your sound that you love, that you play. Something that's been quite important to me, I suppose. Really, it's I mentioned earlier that my stuff's a lot more melodic, a bit more uplifting. I've tried to diverse a little bit, which I still like to do every now and then, but the main body of my music is all very similar and all same sounds, and very similar drums. You need to, at the end of the day, it's your calling card. I remember talking to Dawley once, and that's exactly what he said to me. He said, your music is your calling card at the end of the day. So when people come to see a DJ and they want to, and they've heard your releases, they want to know that what they're going to hear is the same thing.
Yeah, agreed. I always think that you build that familiarity with I heard that person's last record and I like that one, so I'll check out their next one.
Yeah.
And if they're all over this, if your one's a techno one and the one's a drum and bass one and then's a trance one, then you're gonna, when you've only got a smaller people in that pot of people to listen to your music at the start, then you might piss people off and get confused basically, like we were talking about earlier. People get
Exactly.
confused.
Yeah, definitely.
Number 4.
Okay, I think this one's quite an important one, actually. I think as a producer, you've got to be prepared to push your music yourself and not rely on the label. We've had artists that haven't even done a post about their release, and you think, what? You've put all that effort into putting a track together, get it signed, and then you don't even shout about it, and you think, well, what's the point in that? And you have got to put yourself out there and send your music out to people, but you must always remember to ask the label first. It's a joint effort at the end of the day to promote music. And, what I've always done is I'll go to, say, like when I'm on Pure Trance, I'll say to Rich, do you mind if I send out my track out using, say, SMP3 promo list? Because I know that they've got an excellent reach to a lot of DJs. All right, it might cost me £100, but at the end of the day, lots and lots of plays that I can shout about to help promote the release. And likewise for the label.
Yeah, agreed. That's weird. Not even playing one post. It's just that whole. They're obviously into that making the next records, and it's all about making records. Yeah. And you have to you spend all that time making the record, and you can't spend the same amount of time shouting about it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Getting people to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very strange. Very strange. I don't understand it, and that's why I obviously preach about it a lot. But it's good to hear someone else say it. So thank you. It's nice someone else is saying it. Love it. Number 5.
Okay, I think this is a big one as well, to be honest. I think it's really important to support your fellow DJs and producers with their releases, using their music in your radio shows and sets, tagging them in those things and showing them that you're giving them some support. And I think that goes a long way, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed. There is sometimes the question, like a lot of people ask me the question, is that will the label be okay with it and the other artists be okay with it if you post their music or talk about their music? And you're just like, yeah, of course they will be.
Yeah. Any exposure is good exposure at the end of the day.
Right.
And it's really good to tag those people. I mean, when I shout about my radio show, I always put the track list on there so that I know that those people are going to either interact on the show, or they're going to actually share it, or they're going to comment on my post. All those things are important. And I run a Spotify playlist, so I always make sure that I support artists that I really like and have got to know. Quite a lot of them have messaged me on Instagram and stuff, and just to say thanks for including it on the playlist. And I think it goes a long way, all that sort of stuff.
That's very cool. How's your Spotify playlist? How are they doing? Are they growing nicely?
Yeah, it's quite good actually. I get quite a lot of people listening to it. So, and it's something that I listen to in the office. So
nice.
Nice. Looking up things.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, wicked. Thank you for those 5. They were cool. Very cool. Different. I love this series. Everyone's 5 are different, and it's really cool. Weren't those 5 things great? Let me know in the comments which is your favourite and your biggest takeaway from this video. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you get notified every time we drop new videos. YouTube is now going to recommend another video to help your learning further. I hope you enjoy that one. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.